Hi, this is Alice, aka Bookshelf Freak, and I'm gonna do my second book review today. Yes, that's right, 2 book reviews in one day. Aren't you lucky? So, this book is actually one of my favorite books of all time, and I didn't expect to like it. I got it at my school library. I was part of the book club, and at the end of the year, my librarian had all these books that she was trying to get rid of. I don't think they were all library books. I think some of them might have been. But they were books that people had given her, that different bookstores had given her and stuff like that, that she didn't have space for in the library, or that the library was trying to get rid of. And so she let the book club folks like me pick out a certain number of books depending on how many of the books we had read in book club. And I grabbed this one not knowing anything about it and thinking, oh, it might be interesting. I ended up loving it. It is called Unspoken, and it is the first book in the Lindburn Legacy series. And I hate these covers because they always get a glare on them. Here is... oh, well, never mind. It is one of my favorite books because it's got something for everyone. It's got... okay, it's not like a realistic fiction book at all. But it's got that contemporary feel to it because the girl is a teenage girl living a normal life in, I think she lives in England, Cambridge, I think. Maybe, I don't know, I don't remember. It was a while ago when I read it. And she is just a normal girl, she thinks. But when she was little, the main character, her name was Cammy Glass. She has an imaginary friend who's in her head, and his name is, I want to say his name is Jace, let me make sure, Jared. I was close, it was Jared. So in her head she has this imaginary friend named Jared, and as she grows up she holds on to this imaginary friend, insisting that she can talk to him in her head. He's never an actual person. Though when she's little, she pretends like he's an actual person, sets a place for him at the table and all that, plays tea party with him. But as she gets older, she's still talking to him, and her family doesn't approve, and people start to think she's crazy, that she's seeing things, and that she just needs to learn to grow up. Well, as she gets older, she starts learning to hide that she can talk to Jared in her head. She believes that he is real. She's never met him, but she believes that he is real. But everyone else insists that he's just her imaginary friend that she needs to grow up and get rid of. Well, one day, she's at the library, and she's on an elevator, and she asks Jared where he is. And he said, I'm on an elevator with this weird chick. And she looks over, and there's this guy on the elevator with her, and they both looked at each other, and eventually they realized that they were the other person. That her imaginary friend was real. Of course, she didn't go telling everyone that. She told her best friend, but this book it gets a lot more interesting from there because they had to figure out why they're linked or what it means, and all this stuff starts happening, and someone is trying to kill Cammy, and they don't know who. So it's fantasy, a bit of contemporary. It's not actually like a realistic fiction, but it is a contemporary. Mystery. It is definitely a mystery book because you're sitting on the edge of your seat the whole time wondering who's trying to kill her, and why they're linked and all that. And it's really, really cool. I loved it. It's kind of heartbreaking at the end. It is not a romance book, but when you finish reading it, you feel like you just read a romance book, but it's not. The main character is never in any kind of romantic relationship. Not really. And it feels like a romance by the time you finished it, and you want to go read the second one so badly by the time you finished it. And it's amazing. But you leave feeling a little bit betrayed. Just a little bit. It's heart-wrenching and beautiful and funny. It's really funny. The main character, she's hilarious. She's adorable. And you'll think it's amazing, I hope. Like I said, I don't give 5 out of 5 stars very often. It's usually 4 if I really like a book. But this one is amazing, and I didn't think I'd like it. So, The Lindburn Legacy, Book 1, Unspoken, by Sarah Rees Brennan. I don't know if you can see that. But yes, it is beautiful. Beautiful book. I loved it. I hope you love it. I can't wait to read book 2. I've actually checked out book 2 from the library several times. Twice. Maybe 3 times. Maybe. But I have never gotten around to reading it because I still have this one hanging over my head and you're almost scared to read the next one. You're not. I mean, you really want to, but you're almost scared, like, oh my god, what's going to happen? I'm going to get around to it eventually. I promise. I promise, I promise, I promise. So, thank you for watching. Check out my other videos. Subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment below about books you want me to review, you suggest that I read, anything you have to suggest for me, whether you liked this book or not. Please subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, share it with your friends. Bye!